there guys, so as you can probably tell by the title of the video, this video is gonna be a lot focused on wellness and how you can better yourself outside and inside as well. But with the amount of wellness tips that are available for everyone, it's kind of like, it's easy to feel like you're a kid in a candy store, and there also are a lot of wellness fads that don't really work. I decided to share with you guys a few tips that I found have worked for me. I can't assure you that this will also work for you, but if you're looking for some inspiration or maybe just a little push, then just keep on watching. Everyone says this, hydrate yourself. It's easy for us to forget that we are actually required to have 8 glasses of water per day, and it's also very easy to lose track of how much water you're drinking. So I usually keep a big water bottle. Actually, I will just grab it and show you guys. So I usually keep this huge water bottle. I think this is probably close to a liter of water, and I just keep on refilling it throughout the day, and I try to get through at least 2 of these per day. The second one is to get your body moving for at least 30 minutes, or actually even 15 minutes would be good, especially with the situation now. You can't really go out to the gym, or you can probably go for a walk, but it's more advised to not do that. So whether it's an at-home workout or just cleaning the house, I would recommend moving your body around. Maybe do a little solo dance party or dance with your partner, your roommate. And again, you have to find what works best for you. I remember I have tried multiple forms of exercise before. I tried kickboxing, I tried going to the gym, but both of those they worked for me for a while, but at some point it got kind of boring. Like, you have to have a good motivation. It shouldn't be to lose weight or to lose an X amount of kilograms. It should be something long term. Like for me, I know that I'm working out because I want to keep myself strong, I want to live longer, and I want to be, if ever in the future I have kids, I want to be strong enough to take care of them. And so basically this is like something that your mother and your mother's mother have probably told you since forever. But it's really important to take care of your skin, other than the fact that skin cancer is a thing. Wrinkles aren't a bad thing, but where you can avoid it and you can start preventing it at a young age, then that would be good. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like surgical ways, like through Botox and facelift. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It's just like it can start from the most basic way of taking care of skin, like washing your face every day or every night. And I know a friend who washes her face as soon as she gets home, which is a really good thing because there's a lot of dirt and pollution and stuff. But yeah, just wash your face and use the right products. It doesn't have to cost $1 million. And another tip for that would be to regularly clean out any expired makeup, and also to keep your pillows clean. So it doesn't matter how clean your skincare is, if your pillow is gonna like get dirt on your face and it's gonna stick on whatever skincare you put on your face, it's just gonna give you pimples and stuff. And also sunscreen is so important. Sun damage is known to be one of the main causes of aging of the skin, or like even early aging of the skin. I think I mentioned this in a video before. It doesn't matter how good your skincare routine is, if you don't put sunscreen on, it doesn't matter. The sun is just gonna damage your face, so might as well put on sunscreen. My fourth tip would be to get enough sleep, and this is definitely something that I am still working on because my body clock is very easily ruined. Some good things that I try to do before I sleep is to wind down, whether it's reading a book or doing meditation, or just kind of separating myself from electronics and like stuff that is gonna stimulate my brain, basically. And I also have a playlist. You can actually, I'll link it down below, and I'll try to put it in the cards if you can do that. There's a playlist on my phone that I just put some very calming, relaxing music on that I try to listen to sometimes when I can't fall asleep, because I find that music therapy, for me, it really works. My fifth tip would be to eat whatever makes your body feel good and eat whenever you're hungry. This could be a whole other video for me to talk about, but I personally have had a terrible experience with eating disorders, body dysmorphia. Probably not as bad as some other people, but you know, I have had my troubles with those things. So I have recently learned to just eat intuitively, not really do a lot of those fad diets, because they really are so bad for you. And not only are they bad for your physical self, they're also really bad for your mental health. I read this in a book. I don't want to promote the book because I don't like the person anymore who wrote the book, but she basically said that your body is not a trash can, it's not a garbage disposal, so why put junk in your body? As much as possible, I try to put good stuff in my body, like, and not just like organic stuff or whatever is like promoted as clean. I just basically, I try to keep my plate as colorful as I can be. So for example, if I have a whole plate of pasta that's just white and brown and maybe even a bit of green if it's pesto, I try to have like a side of broccoli with it, so at least there's like one other color that is on my plate. And I think ever since going vegan, or like at least plant-based, I don't think I am vegan because I sometimes cheat, so I'm a cheating vegan. I try to read labels as much as possible, because sometimes, other than the fact that some foods might have non-vegan ingredients, sometimes they put a lot of junk in those foods that you don't really want to be consuming a lot of. But again, don't be too hard on yourself. I used to, when I just started out my vegan diet, I was so strict on myself, so strict about not having anything that has milk or dairy or anything that isn't vegan on it. I was so strict on myself about that, and it kind of like, it made it hard on my mental health as well, so that's not really a good thing. So now I'm just a bit more relaxed about what I eat, and if sometimes I slip up, or if there's something that I really want to eat, even if it's not vegan, I just give myself a cheat ticket, because you know, you are gonna have those days. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself. You're not perfect, and it's much better to be doing veganism imperfectly than not doing it at all. I think now is a lot more common because of the pandemic and stuff. Vitamins and supplements, they're so important, especially for someone who eats a plant-based diet. I sometimes have a few vitamins that I miss out on, like vitamin B12 and vitamin D and omega-3. You can find it in plants as well. So if I eat a really good diet, then I don't really need to supplement that much. But sometimes I do have those weeks or days that I just eat a lot of vegan junk food, so I have the need to take vitamins and supplements. But the important thing about that is that you have to look at your food first. Don't just keep supplementing, because sometimes that is pretty bad for your liver. So look at the food first, and then whatever you're missing out on, supplement for. My final spiel regarding eating good and healthy is to get regular meal times. As women, our bodies aren't really designed for fasting and stuff like that. I know it's like a huge trend right now to do the intermittent fasting thing, but I have read a lot of studies regarding fasting with women, like intermittent fasting with women, and the damage that it does to the reproductive system. Since, as I mentioned earlier, that as women, our bodies are are designed to always be ready to have children and to have enough nutrients for children. So if we start fasting, then our body goes into starvation mode, which is not really good. So if you're someone like me who is planning to have children in the future, maybe try not to do intermittent fasting. If it works for you, then go ahead. But I personally am not gonna, and I'm never gonna do the intermittent fasting thing, because I'm just too worried about not being able to have children. One of the most important things that you can take from this video is to not be afraid to grow out of things, whether it's clothes, whether it's relationships. One of the things that I've learned recently is to not buy things for the future. Don't be like, oh, I'll buy this, and even if it doesn't fit, I'll try to lose a few kilograms. Don't. It's just gonna make you feel bad. And another thing is just stop weighing yourself. That is something that I've tried to avoid as much as possible, but there have been days that I've weighed myself and I just end up feeling bad about it, because as I've mentioned, I am working out a lot more now, so I've definitely been gaining muscle. As on my own, I feel really good. I feel like my body's a lot lighter. I'm a lot like happier. Sometimes it could feel like you're controlling the numbers by weighing yourself, but it's actually just the numbers controlling you. So as much as possible, stop weighing yourself, because that's not going to do anything good for you. And another thing that you can definitely grow out of, that I'm still kind of struggling with, is people and relationships. As we grow older and as we age, our tastes change, and that includes people. There's this really nice quote that I read somewhere where it says that you meet some people for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. So yeah, maybe that friend was really good for you at some point in your life, but now you just find that you don't really have too many like things in common anymore, and that's perfectly fine. You shouldn't feel bad about that. You have to surround yourself with good people. You have to have a good mix of people around you. Because I personally try to surround myself with people who keep me in check, and also people who let me have a good time every once in a while. And also another good thing is having a really good confidant. Is that the right term? Confidant, someone who you can confide in. And that's basically, for me, that's my mom, who you can basically talk to about anything. And it's just really good to have someone, whether it's your mother, whether it's your best friend, your partner, who you can just, whenever you're feeling down about something or you feel great about something, you just really share anything with them. And that's really good, because sometimes if you keep everything just bottled up inside, then that's not good. And along with curating the people in your personal life, you also have to learn that you are in control of the people you follow on social media. This is something I have learned to live with also. Sometimes there are people you see, especially on Instagram, that make you just feel like crap whenever you see them, because you start comparing and stuff. So just don't be afraid to unfollow or at least mute them. And I'm so glad that Instagram has that option now where you can just mute people. But yeah, don't be afraid to unfollow someone. Make sure all the people you follow on Instagram benefit you mentally and not the other way around. One more small tip. This is number 8, I think. This isn't something that I need to babble on about for a long time, but I feel like this is really important, and it's to keep your surroundings tidy. My surroundings aren't the best right now, but I try to keep my clutter to a minimum. My physical surroundings are a good representation of how cluttered my thoughts are, so I try to keep it as clean as possible. So it's a good tip. If you want to have organized thoughts, have an organized life or surroundings, whatever. And my 9th tip is another one that is actually really, really important, and it's to let yourself feel like multiple emotions, an array of emotions. It doesn't have to be happy, 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 positive, positive, positive all the time, because you're only human. You have those days where you're sad or you're angry or you're annoyed, and you just have to embrace those emotions for that time. It's really important to embrace and have those emotions every once in a while, because it helps you appreciate the times when you're happy. And also be kind to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Treat yourself as if you were your best friend, because you wouldn't tell your best friend, oh, you're ugly, you're worthless. You wouldn't say that to your best friend, right? So treat yourself as if you're talking to your best friend. My last tip is to let yourself have off days. Let yourself veg out for a day or two. And it's just good to have a relaxed day, whether you're gonna have a pamper evening, or you're just gonna sit on the couch and watch movies like I do on my veg out days, I just let myself have those days where I don't pressure myself to be productive, because it is really good for your mind, your body, and your soul. So yeah, those are my tips and tricks for wellness. I really hope that you guys took something from this video and that you learned something. If you might have noticed, I started adding captions to my videos. So this is the first one. We have captions down here. But yes, I just wanted to put those for anyone who might be watching, who is hearing impaired or might need a little caption. And that will also open myself up to speaking more Tagalog in future videos, because I am Filipino and I'm comfortable using English, but I really like speaking Tagalog as well. But yes, yeah, if you are hearing impaired and you're watching my videos, then thank you very much. Thank you for watching my videos. Oh, leave in the comments down below if any of your wellness tips, because I want to know.